Ramen coming at you again, getting ready to use up a little bit more of that chicken. This thing today is going to be real easy, and it's going to remind you maybe of your college days or your minimum wage days, or maybe it'll remind you of yesterday. I don't know. But here we go anyway. Now what I have sitting there right now is a pot that I've already put 3 cups of water in. And I'm going to start that up. I want to bring that to a real good boil. Now this is 2 cups. Of these frozen vegetables. You can find these, I think, most places. I noticed that the brand here in Altoona, Iowa, is different than what I get down in Birmingham. But it's the same thing. And what this contains is potatoes, carrots, tomatoes, corn, green beans, onions, peas, and celery. Just about anything you'd need to make a big RV gourmet meal. We'll put this back in the refrigerator. Oops, freezer. And I'm going to add 1 cube of that chicken bouillon. Well, that's all I'm putting in there right now. And I'm going to bring this to a heavy boil. And then I'm going to put a lid on it. And I'm going to let it sit for steaming in that water probably for another 15 or 20 minutes. I like to soften those green beans up a little bit and the peas and give all these flavors a chance to melt a little bit. And for my observant subs out there, if you want to look at this t-shirt, I'm sure you've heard that old saying about being up blank creek without a paddle. There's been a company formed that will take care of that situation for you. So that's the t-shirt for the day. Now I'll be back just shortly, and we'll show you the next step in this process. Okay, here we are back again. I've got this ready to get back to a second boil. I told you a little bit wrong a while ago. When I brought it to boil the first time, I let it boil hard for about 5 minutes, and then I turned the heat off and I let it sit for 15 or 20 minutes with the lid on. Now that's not anything technical. You can go to the store if you want to. Just take your husband for a walk, make love to your dog, whatever it is you want to do for a period of time. It doesn't matter how long it is. I've been hanging out with this new friend. I think he said his name was Alzheimer. I can't remember anything anymore after I met that guy. But anyway, I'm bringing this back to a boil. I'm going to add my chicken that I deboned yesterday. This time I'm going to give it a little bit of pepper, black pepper. Not coming out. There we go. There was some pepper. Do that to taste. I'm going to add some garlic powder to my taste, which is a lot. I'm living in here alone. I can do whatever I want. Much garlic as I want can go in there. And this is what's going to give away the secret ingredient when I put in this little pouch of chicken flavor. Now everybody can see where I'm going with this. Okay, let's give this a little good stir. While that's getting ready to boil again, one of my subs yesterday noticed that this said paddle faster on the front of it. He said something about it, and I answered him back that on the back it was printed up. It's about 10 by 10. I'm going to say that's more like a 10 by 12. But I really like that shirt. I thought it was pretty cool. Anybody that's ever seen Deliverance, which I think all of us have probably seen Deliverance about 10 or 12 times. But anyway, I really like that shirt. So this iPhone's a little harder to deal with than that GoPro 2, because that's a real small little eye on this camera. And I noticed when I played that first part back a while ago that you couldn't see real good. That says Shit Creek Paddle Company now, if anybody wants to know. But anyway, so we're back boiling. Here on this. Now I'm going to add my ramen noodles to it. This is just a real quick way to eat something, and I think this is pretty good. Used to be when I used to do a lot of tent camping, which I'm still going to do tent camping. Probably not here in Altoona at this work camping job, but when I get back to a little more normal. Now I'm going to put that in there and let that continue to soften up for a little while, and I want to keep the heat on it. But I used to, when I used to go tent camping, what I started to say, before I left the house, I would chop up some onion and carrot and celery, which, you know, is that triad of three things to add flavor to the stuff. And I would do like a Tupperware container of that. And then it was real easy in the evening after the fishing or hiking or whatever was done. It was real easy just to boil up some water with that with those vegetables I had diced up, and add this pack of ramen noodles, and you could have you a good filling supper in the evening. You're not messing up a whole lot of dishes. I'm going to continue to boil this here until it's ready, because I'm going to show you how good this looks when it's dipped out into a bowl. And it is good. I think on that package it always says it takes about a minute for those noodles to soften up, but yeah, it says stir for 1 minute. I've never found that soften up to my liking in 1 minute. When I'm saying to my liking, I'm talking about so that it doesn't have a whole lot of chunks in it. But that's good right there. I'm going to turn off the heat. I'm going to get a ladle. Yeah, and I had several people comment on that video that they had used those Walmart chickens to make vegetable soup, and one person said casseroles. But anyway, there's a refrigerator item and an eating item. I don't want to put that on that hot eye. I hope I catch this right. Now, tell me that doesn't look good. It is good. And it was easy to make, and it was cheaper than dirt. What are those ramen noodles cost? 12, 15 cents? Those frozen vegetables are nothing. I don't know, maybe that bag was $5, but I'll get several servings out of that. And so there we have it. There's some good chicken. That was chicken flavored ramen, as a matter of fact. I thought that was obvious. But there we go with a real good bowl of hot ramen noodle soup there. Thank you. We'll see you next time.